what is polyamory? And is it for me? Now, the whole thing is that polyamory and kink are not the same things. I'm in a BDSM relationship, but I'm monogamous. I'm not having other lovers. But I think that I'm somehow in a polyamorous relationship. I mean, my master is in a polyamorous relationship because he has me and his girlfriend. So I thought about it a lot lately, and I would like to try to explain to you why I think that polyamory is also a beautiful thing, and why it doesn't have to kill your relationship, that can actually be something beautiful. I know, I don't think it's for everyone, so if it's for you, I don't know. We grew all up with the idea that there is one man and one woman. That is how it's supposed to be. 90% of the people are like this. It's one man and one woman. But there are so many other options. Finally and happily we got used to a woman with a woman and a man with a man. And it's good that we have that. And polyamory to me is also a different way of experiencing a relationship, and I totally think it is possible. And the reason why is because I think we all grow up thinking love is a cake. When you are a kid and you're alone, the whole cake is for you, and now suddenly you get a brother or a sister. What you think is that the cake is going to be cut in half, and you're only going to get now half of the love of your father and mother. We're a straight couple, we have a cake here. So the whole cake is for me, right? The whole you is for me. Now there comes another woman. Well, she also wants a relationship with him and he with her. What we tend to think is that this cake goes through half. And half is for me and the other half is for her. So that it means that we get less than we settled for, right? There's another woman, so that means that he is loving me only 50% anymore now. That's not how it works. He still loves you for 100%, or she does. And the same goes, he can love you for the 100% and he can love her for the 100%. The only thing that you cannot cut in half is time and attention. Time is finite, right? There is an end to time. There are only 24 hours in a day. But I don't know about you, but I'm really not looking forward to somebody who is paying attention to me 24 hours a day. Is it okay that he has another person, that he wants to have a polyamorous relationship and he wants somebody else with it? It's not for everyone. It was something for me also that I had to find out. I didn't know I wasn't exactly looking for this kind of relationship. It started, and then we had to figure out how to make it work, and I had to think about it a lot, and I'm totally fine with it. And it's funny because I was more fine with it than my master, because he was worried all the time, and he was saying you're giving up your chances for a real relationship with a real life partner. But his definition of a life partner is different from mine. I had discussions with my ex-husband long before we separated that we already said that it would be good for us if we would just have, we call it in Holland, we call it living apart together, LAT. I was playing cello, and my cello teacher, he was living in a house and his wife was living in the next house, and they had kids. They just had two houses and they were having a relationship, but they were just not living in the same house. And I always told also my ex-husband that this sounded really good for me, but my ex-husband had a big house, and so I finally went to move in with him, and just life happened because I thought this was the way it was supposed to be. I really don't want to have my master in my life for more than I have it now. That's not entirely true. I would like to see him more often in real life, but that has more to do with the corona crisis than with us being in a long distance relationship, because it's not that difficult to fly to him on a regular basis, but now all the borders are closed, so now it's a challenge. But usually it's not a problem for me. And this is something that you need to, I'm talking in another video about how you negotiate, and that it starts with being really honest to yourself what you need. I really don't want a relationship with somebody that is in my house. Not ever again. I think I'm here now and life changes. So maybe at one point I find a way that I can live in the same house as my master. To be honest, if it's not gonna happen, it would be totally fine for me. I want to have this relationship with him for the rest of my life, but I'm not willing to spend it in the same house. And I know that is a weird thing, and I had to. It was a weird thing for me too. I had to figure it out. I didn't know that that was going to happen, and it was going to be this way. I have 2 little kids, and as long as they're little and they're living in my house, I'm not going to live with him in a house. But I'm not sure if they're gone, if I would be willing to live with him. I mean, well, probably when the kids are grown-ups and they left the house, I'm probably going to move to the same country as where my master is in. But to be honest, I would probably prefer to have my own house and not live with him in one house. But who knows? I mean, that will take another decade or so. So we'll see. Life can change so fast. But it's just find for yourself what is important for you. And do that for you, what you find important in a relationship. And be really honest with it. Talk with your partner about it. And then you have time. And preferably, by the way, you have this talk before there is somebody else showing up. Just go with yourself and sit down, listen to yourself, talk with yourself, write it all down and see what really is important for you. That's the main thing. What is non-negotiable. This is it. Have fun and play with passion.